Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another book haul of classic books because I just seem to have no self-control. So, if you are a subscriber of mine, you know that I do a couple of book hauls of the classic Barnes & Noble editions. Let me move my smoothie. But basically, this is what I've been collecting lately, and I have been loving it. I've been doing Fairy Tale Fridays as well, so I'm just kind of going through classic literature and reading it and becoming more educated, I guess I'll say. And so I thought that I was all good and dandy with the Barnes & Noble editions, but I have no self-control, and I have set my eyes onto another edition of classics, and that is the Penguin clothbound editions. I have been wanting this for a few months now, and I finally kind of just pulled the trigger and bought a few, so I thought I would sit down and share them with you. I'm also very excited because I am planning on reading these books this winter, so thumbs up for that, and let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first book that got me into this was this beast of a tome, and this is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I'm going to call him Leo Toy Story. I can guarantee you. So, but it's Leo Toy. That guy. We're gonna go with that. Anyway, it's a beautiful edition. It's huge. Here's my hand in comparison to the book. Huge. And it's absolutely beautiful. I also really like the size of the book, how it fits in my hand. It is a really large tome, but also it's not very tall in comparison to like a leather-bound edition. This is how big it is, which it's significantly smaller, which makes it more of like a mass market paperback size, if that makes any sense. And surprisingly, for how big this book is, it's super light, which is lovely. I also really just like how it feels in my hand. The papers are super thin, so that's probably why it's so light. But I have heard a lot about War and Peace. I actually was inspired to read this by somebody named Charlie Brown because I was watching a Peanuts movie and he was reading this and he had to do a book report on it, and so I decided to go ahead and pick it up and read it. I also looked up reviews, I guess, of Leo Tolstoy, and this book I think is going to surprise me a lot in what my expectations are versus what this book actually is. Okay, so when I was looking up reviews of War and Peace, I also came along a review of another book from Leo, because I'm not going to call him Toy Story. Leo Tolstoy. And that is Anna, I'm going to butcher it, Anna Karenina. Looks like this. And it's lovely. Again, it's about the same size. It's pink with like a kind of a gray-brown background, and it's beautiful. I don't know why the binoculars. I'm interested to see if like the depiction on the cover has anything to do with the story, which I would assume it would. And on the back it says, all happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. So I'm excited. I'm excited to read this. I have a few more of these coming, but I thought that I would just sit down and do this haul really quickly because these are the ones I have at the moment. So Anna Karenina is significantly shorter. It's like 700 pages, where that is War and Peace is like over 1,000. And so I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a great book. I hear wonderful things about it. I think it's a romance, so I'm actually very intrigued, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that is Anna Karenina. And then the last book in this little book haul is going to be a very daunting book for me, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But it's Wuthering Heights by Emily Bront. And I have never read this book. I never had to do it for college, and I've had to do it for school. And I feel like everyone has read this book. It's super small, and it's beautiful. But the only critique I have of this copy is I bought it on Amazon, and the spine is a little bit rubbed off because I noticed that the etching really likes to come off if it's rubbed a lot. So for the price we're paying for the clothbound, I don't know if it's worth it, but it's pretty. And I don't have any self-control. So, anyway, Wuthering Heights, again, I have no idea what this is, and I have never read Wuthering Heights. I know it's a classic, I know everyone loves it, and I'm excited to read it. I am not a classics person. I actually read Emma in college, and when I say read, I mean I read a paragraph, and I shoved it to the side, and I BS'd my way through that class. So a lot of things to that. But anyway, I'm trying to see classics as not boring, and when I hear classics, I think school, and when I think school, I think a chore. So I'm trying to take the chore out of it and see it as just a book on the shelf. Doesn't matter when it was written. This is a good book. Highly recommend it. So that's what I'm trying to do with these classics. I'm excited to expand my knowledge in books and all of that. So yeah, that is my short and sweet little haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and please give this a thumbs up if you did. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!